Smart contracts on the Kaspa network. Everyone's been talking about this buzzword lately because of this new website called the Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation. Now, every time we hear hype on social media, it's important that we use a systematic method to break down and analyze this. Of course, on this channel, we use our 24-point checklist, and today we're going to be focusing on steps 1 and step 3, checking the website, and more importantly, checking the GitHub page. This is where all the coders go to post their work. Much different from the stock market's model. In fact, crypto over the next decade is going to put the stock market to shame. As we know, the only stocks that are even holding up the US economy all have to do with data centers, NVIDIA, and computing power. It's basically every stock that has a hash rate behind it. They're holding everything up. Meanwhile, the rest of them are absolutely tanking. And part of the reason is that entire business model is going out the window, overpaying CEOs, and more relative to the GitHub page, the way that they hire and get people to work on projects, it's open source. So a coder in Iceland can enter into a hackathon or a bounty project, figure out some coding on Kaspa, post it, and then be rewarded for his successful achievement. Breaking out the 24-point checklist, we're going to be using steps 3 and step 1. Check the GitHub page and check the website, and you'll be surprised just from using these easy steps how much insight you can actually get. This is so important when you're verifying news or hype, because so often, especially YouTubers, are just wrong. They'll just jump on any hype and make videos about what's trending. Remember back in this summer when Son of a Tech and all the hardware guys were selling their Kaspa at a penny? And we were loading the bag at that point? Well, it turns out we've proven ourselves victorious, straying away from the narrative because we're able to do fundamental constructive research that we can rinse and repeat over and over again on any blockchain, on any project, for any news. So right away, looking at the GitHub page, we can see 0 goose egg posts that have anything to do with smart contracts. This is clear to see even for a layman. We can ask the artificial intelligence to go ahead and read through the Kaspa GitHub because it understands coding a heck of a lot better than I do, and it finds nothing about smart contracts. Now, the rumor around the water cooler is, based on one of the team members from Kaspa, Jonathan Saplinski, the founder, has been working in a secret computer lab developing the smart contracts right now. Jonathan hasn't posted for about 18 months. This verifies that this rumor could very well be true. Jumping over to the Kaspa website, we can get more information about the validity of this rumor of smart contracts. As we can see right now, with the Rust rewrite, they're still in the testing phase. For some other Dag Knight upgrades, right now they're in the development page, but scrolling all the way to the bottom of the Kaspa main website, we can see that the smart contract implementation is still in the planning stage. This is phase 1 of a 4-tier progress. So there's going to be a length of time before the smart contracts are ready. Any of the code is posted on the GitHub, and the rest of the world is working on fixing the smart contracts. There may be some strategic reasons why the smart contract code hasn't been released yet for Kaspa. Of course, there has been a bit of a decline in hash rate in Kaspa, which we can attribute to some of these soft forks that have been coming up, like Cedra. These are, of course, stealing some of the mining power that was going towards Kaspa. And whenever we get a reduction in hash rate, we will see a reduction in price historically. Now for the fun stuff, let's talk about price. Once this native smart contract platform launches on Kaspa, it's going to be a massive bullish catalyst. But they're saving some ammunition, which of course always helps a project when there's more bullish narratives to come down the road. Later on, Kaspa can hook up to the Ethereum virtual machine and do another type of smart contracts. This is exactly what Solana did. In the prior bull market, they launched Solana's native smart contracts. Just this summer, they hooked it up to the Ethereum virtual machine. So Kaspa's going down this path, having some bullish catalysts for this bull run and saving some for 2030, which indefinitely strengthens the overall dynamics of the protocol. Looking forward into short-term price action, of course, the rise in hash rate from the KS5s is going to be the #1 bullish driver, paired with the fact that these soft forks, miners are going to start losing interest of those and then diverting that K-heavy hash power back to Kaspa, causing both the hash and the price to absolutely rocket. I hope that you guys are out there combing through white papers of new unlisted ICOs, because anything worth its salt that's on exchanges has already 5x or more. And so the real gems, where we're going to get the most multipliers to the upside, haven't even been released yet. And some of them are even backed by NVIDIA. So there are some massive listings coming down the pipeline soon. Everybody who's been combing through ICOs, and I invite you to start this right now, because I know where you're going to end up is directly in our Patreon group. It's going to take hours and hours away from your day, even with all the tools that we give people to help make the research process more effective and less time consuming. It's going to take you at a minimum 90 minutes to comb through each project and verify whether it's good or not, and then a further 8 hours more once you've underlined that a project has potential. We've read over 70 white papers inside our Patreon group, and when we find one that's notable, everybody gets a 24-point report with links backing up all the research and points that we make. So even for the most advanced crypto investors, our Patreon group is a super friendly price, great tool to use. And for people that are just getting into crypto, whether you're interested in GameFi, AI, or layer ones, joining this group can help you out substantially. I highly advise you guys to check it out when you've got the time. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll catch you on the next one.